The owner of this house was a highly abnormal person. He rented his house at low prices to others. Then, through surveillance cameras installed throughout the property, he constantly monitored every movement of his tenants. After he had his fill of watching them, he would immediately kill the male tenants, while women would be captured and imprisoned in the basement. He would then begin to torture them relentlessly. After he completely lost interest, these women couldn't escape their fate of being murdered. In just a few years, more than 100 tenants died at his hands, with only one known survivor. Because of this, local residents gave him the nickname the Slum Lord. However, the landlord's crimes soon caught the attention of the police. While escaping from police pursuit, he set his van on fire and successfully diverted police attention by using a corpse. The police then auctioned off the landlord's property villa. But the landlord had something very important hidden in a secret room in the auction villa. Therefore, he always wanted to retrieve it quietly. However, the landlord's presence was discovered by the new owner of the villa. The man immediately recognized the landlord's identity and suspected that the landlord must have come for the safe. But the man didn't want to get involved in trouble, so through the surveillance cameras, he invited the landlord to come and then handed over the safe to him. But at that moment, a woman entered the villa, and the landlord immediately intended to kill her. Fortunately, the man stepped in to save her. He meant to chase the woman away, but the distrustful landlord still pursued her. When the man regained consciousness, he had been tied up in the secret room, and the woman who had just arrived had already fallen victim to the landlord. At that time, the man's wife returned home. The man screamed hysterically, but he himself had installed soundproofing in the secret room, so his wife couldn't hear his voice at all. In an instant, the man's wife was also tied up. At that moment, they heard a sound from outside the door. The landlord opened the door to look, and suddenly a stick struck his face. It turned out to be the woman's younger sister. She had heard sounds from outside the door, but when she saw her bound sister, she was shocked. At that moment, the landlord grabbed an electric drill and immediately stabbed the younger sister's waist. The younger sister was already under the landlord's control. Suddenly, the woman found a screw on the floor. Seeing her sister nearly choked to death, the woman quickly used the screw to tear the tape, then forcefully pushed the landlord down. She then grabbed the electric drill and immediately ended the landlord's life. Seeing his wife and sister-in-law safe, the man was overjoyed. But there was still one problem. No one knew he was tied up in the secret room. 1 year later, the woman appeared on a TV show about the slumlord. In her interview, she said she still hadn't found her husband.